This video is on planting and growing edamame. And we're having some thunder showers and high winds today, so I'm going to do some video footage of how beautiful the plants look right now, because they're probably going to get knocked over in the next half hour or so. You can see here all of the beautiful, beautiful edamame everywhere. Hundreds and hundreds of beans on these plants. Look at who I just found. Oh, he's trying to hide. You can see his leg popped out. It's a huge, huge grasshopper. Here's a better angle. He could definitely see me because he keeps moving. I use Nolo bait around the garden and it does a pretty good job, but it doesn't get all the grasshoppers. So I'm gonna have to manually hand remove this guy. Hey, the storm is past and the edamame is still standing. I thought for sure with the high winds it was going to get knocked over, but it is growing on this invisible trellis, and it might be hard to see, but there's bird netting. Let me get in a little closer, see the bird netting. So as the edamame has been growing, it has fed itself in through the bird netting. So that probably helped for it to not get knocked over, because we had some extremely high winds. All right, back to planting and growing edamame. Edamame is a Japanese word that translates into beans on a branch. And as I mentioned, they're extremely easy to grow because they're heat tolerant. So that really makes them perfect to grow in Southern California. They actually demand warm soil to grow in, but they are very tolerant of different diverse types of conditions, including drought and light shade and even clay soil. But they really grow best in full sun and also in soil that is rich in organic matter. When you read about spacing, they recommend 12 to 18 inches, but I have these guys planted really close together. I'd say that they're 4 to 5 inches apart, and they'll still grow lots and lots of edamame. I'm sure if you space them out farther apart like they recommend, then you're going to get bushier plants, but you could see that these guys are really bushy and they have hundreds of pods on them. So I'd say plant them close together. That's what I did. They're doing wonderful, and we're going to get a great, great harvest this year. Now, one of the things about edamame is all the pods ripen at the same time, and they have a very small harvest window. It's really a matter of 1 week. They all ripen together. You got to harvest them. And oh my gosh, I see another grasshopper. You know, you'll read about edamame doesn't really have many pests, but I'll tell you, grasshoppers really love these leaves. Can you see him? He's still kind of cute because he's green, but gosh, they turn into horrible, big, brown, ugly guys like the one I showed earlier. And you can see that these plants have been getting munched. Look at this leaf right here. So whenever you see these bites occurring all over the place, you know that that is grasshoppers. So I better take care of this guy right now. Well, darn it, he got away. So he's gonna be devouring these leaves some more until I can find him. A good way to find these guys is to spray some water on the leaves, and they can't stand that and they hop out, and then you can kind of chase them down. but I also like to use Nolo bait, and they're sold out. I ran out and they're sold out until 2019, so no more Nolo bait for this year. Alright, so since these all ripen at the same time and they have to be harvested at the same time, then a good way to preserve them is to freeze them, and they need to be blanched first. So get them in some boiling salt water, boil them for about a minute, and then quickly remove them, stick them in cold water, and then get them in a freezer bag. And then lots of edamame for the future that will keep in the freezer. And then of course, succession planting is really good with these guys because you'll have a continuous harvest through the warm season months. I like to come in with my organic compost and just pile it on at the base of the stems and then clear out kind of a 1-inch diameter from the stems. So get lots of nutrients that way. You can see here, that's some scars from some of those pill bugs, the roly-polies. They really like these when they're young, so you got to protect them, setting traps for the pill bugs because they will take out your baby edamame plants. Alright, so they're just so easy to grow, and a quick tip to tell when the bean pods are ready to harvest. You'll start seeing some of the leaves starting to turn yellow, and the pods will be nice and plump. See, right now they're pretty flat. They'll really plump out. They'll be a really nice green color, and then you'll start seeing the leaves starting to yellow, and that's a sign that they're ready to harvest. You don't want to wait too long because, as I mentioned earlier, there's a small window to harvesting these guys. So when you start to see a couple of the leaves starting to turn yellow, then get them harvested in the evening. Don't wait until all the leaves start yellowing because then it'll be too late. Edamame is so simple to prepare. Just steaming them with some salt is delicious. Also, sauteing them in some garlic, olive oil, and chili is so good. They're an excellent source of protein, iron, and calcium. And especially if you live in Southern California or any warm area, then definitely give these guys a try. Very easy to grow, very fun to watch grow, and they're super beautiful in your garden. All right, that's it for now. I hope you enjoy your week and enjoy your garden.